Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In case you're new here, my name is Chris and I make all kinds of videos about music technology and software and pretty much anything I want to. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new CK88 stage keyboard from Yamaha, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's the best keyboard for musical directors and choir leaders, kind of like myself, looking for a portable, high quality keyboard that is pretty much going to get you through any situation. So let's have a little play again. So here are the top features of this new board. This is the 88 note version with a GHS action, which stands for Graded Hammer Standard. Now there is a 61 note version with what's called an FSB action, and that stands for Feature System Basic. I've no idea, but we'll talk more about that later on. Now, just to say, apart from the actions, both keyboards have the exact same feature set, which is nice. So we get built-in speakers. Now the board can run off of 8 AA batteries. We get Bluetooth for playback of tracks, a USB audio MIDI interface, and you get a whole concoction of sounds, including pianos, EPs, keys, a dedicated organ section, synth sounds, loads of effects, and it'll let you layer or split up to 3 parts together. Now there are a lot of controls on the front panel, so there's minimal menu diving for pretty much all of the standard stuff, and you can save your own presets into the live set. It gives you 8 sounds per page and you get 20 pages, so you could easily gig with this keyboard. It's safe to say that this is a pretty feature-packed keyboard indeed. Anyway, so my instant reaction to this keyboard when it came out was, this is perfect for me. Like, choir leaders, that's what I mean. Because if you know me outside of the world of YouTube, you'll know that I'm a choir director, and I have been for 11 years now. Now, when teaching choirs or singing groups, you need access to a piano, and very often you'll be bringing your own one. The key things I tend to look for are quality sounds, portable, and then a good action to play on if possible. Now most of the time I'll be plugging that keyboard into a portable speaker system, especially when I'm teaching larger groups, but sometimes when I teach small to medium sized groups, it's just really handy to have built-in speakers to save you that extra effort. Now on top of that, most of the time I work with backing tracks to supplement the teaching and for performance. So I'm normally using a phone or an iPad or a tablet for playback as well. So you can see why all of a sudden this board is becoming a really impressive way of combining all of these elements together. Also, if you don't actually care about having the proper weighted action, you could go for the 61 note version of this and save yourself a lot of sweat and probably quite a lot of backache in the long run. Now, so the sounds in this keyboard are incredible quality, so we're going to have a quick look at some of them now, but just to say, this isn't going to be a deep dive into the sounds. If you want that, I'll maybe have to do a totally separate video on that in the future if you want me to. So let's have a listen. This is the CFX Grand. Lovely. E-piano, the 78 RD. That's quite nice. Organ. So like I said, dedicated organ section here. Let's turn on some things. We do some old school like. It's quite cool, yeah. So let's go into brass. Let's do a classic guitar sound. actually quite nice. Lead sounds. Let's have a look at lead. Oh. Yeah, you get the hint with that. Lots of things. We've got a marimba here. Classic. You can see that there are a lot of great sounds to work with here, and that really is just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, comment below if you want a full demo of all the sounds. Now, going back to the piano action, this is the 88 note version here, and it's got a fully weighted graded hammer action that they're calling graded hammer standard. Now, basically, this recreates the effect of playing on a real piano, and let me tell you, it does it incredibly well. A graded hammer action is where the notes feel lighter at the top of the board compared to heavier at the bottom. And it's a really good quality feature that a lot of keyboard manufacturers don't always afford in their medium price range keyboards. It really makes the difference to how you enjoy the playing experience on the keyboard. Now, in terms of the 61 note version, that doesn't have that, and I haven't tested out what that action feels like. So either check out another video for some opinions on that, but honestly, the best thing you can do is get yourself down to a music shop and actually play the keyboards for yourself. I promise you'll never regret it. Take an afternoon, a morning, grab a coffee, go in, get some headphones, and just play and have fun. The next thing that is imperative in enjoying the playing experience is the sound. Having built-in speakers means you get to enjoy an immersive sound experience, and these speakers do not disappoint. Firstly, the actual volume you get is amazing, and you can even dive into the menu and bump them up a little bit louder if you want. You can tell a lot of thought is gone into giving people options when playing live. Now, you can actually turn the speakers off right in the back there, and it's just a very simple switch. And that just gives you a lot of control, because if you are on stage, you might want some of that on stage sound, or you might not. And if you're plugged into USB, running, let's say, a main stage rig in combination with your onboard keyboard sounds, it means that you get the sounds from the main stage rig through this keyboard as well. So that's really great rehearsing at home, or like I said, if you want a bit of monitoring on stage as well. So here comes the con part of the video. I've only really got a couple of complaints about this keyboard, and number one is the battery situation. I really don't see how they couldn't have put in a built-in lithium rechargeable battery that charges off of USB-C. And to be honest, while we're at it, why isn't the whole interface using USB-C? I honestly don't get why keyboard manufacturers are dragging their heels and they're just not adopting modern standards yet. Come on, USB-C, let's get it in there, people. Anyway, moving on to the power button, it's ridiculous. I like the fact that it's a push-push, very solid, but it's just too far out of the way. It doesn't feel like a natural place to have a power button. I just think it's bad design implementation, but that's just on me. And then the last thing is, this is a niggle by the way, but I really thought it would have been cool if the organ drawbars were also MIDI assignable when you plugged in a USB cable to, say, control a main stage rig. That would have just been really cool. Anyway, alright, so look, to round up, I think this keyboard is pretty amazing. It's a real breath of fresh air from Yamaha, and apart from a couple of little things like the placement of the power button, I think they've really nailed it here. If you've got any other questions about this keyboard, then feel free to hit me up in the comments below, or tell me what your favorite feature is. I'm going to have some links below if you want to buy this keyboard, which helps out this channel. But yeah, I'd love it even more if you could leave a like and subscribe, just to be kept up to date on all my future videos. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one, and take care. Bye.